Hello and welcome back to another Minecraft Let's Play video by me, FoxyNoTail, here on the truly Bedrock survival server, and things are going on and things have been done outside of the video. Yes, I've had a live stream since the last video and I've been working on this tunnel. I actually gathered a whole lot of the stems and I placed it like this down each side all the way down to the end. And then I started removing it again and doing a whole new design today. Now, I didn't do any of this on stream. It's a design that's a little bit more uniform and should hopefully look a little bit better. And down at the end, you can kind of see what we're going to be going for in the end. It's relatively simple, but yeah, this is what we're going to be going for. And that's going to happen all the way down there, but it's taking forever. So we're not going to be worried about nether tunnels and nether stuff today. What we are going to be doing is heading over to our industrial area and working on a new farm. Standing in the center of my industrial area, there are a lot of farms that I want to make, but today I'm going to be doing something relatively simple, and that is a sugarcane farm. And that might sound a little bit boring and not particularly excited, but I need a decent supply of the stuff considering Slack and I sell rockets, and my sugarcane farm back at the one chunk area only has one piece of sugarcane, and it's pretty slow. So I want to make a one chunk sugarcane farm that does use bone meal. That's going to generate us a whole lot of sugarcane, and that's going to need a heck of a storage system as well to collect that all. So let's look at how we're going to do this. First things first, we are going to need a decent supply of bone meal. Now, I do have quite a bit here, and that is from quite a few of our different farms that all produce bones in one way or another. Let's check those out. First of all, we've got the fish farm, which does need fixing again. Now that we're in 1.16.2, we can have this full of magma cubes, but you can see there we got some fish which drop some bones. So that's one farm that gives us a good supply of bones. And behind us, we have the iron farm, which, because we built it over an ocean, also gives us a decent supply of bones, as you will see here. We've got a reasonable number of bones coming through this thing, which is great. We've also got the Nether Fortress farm, which just happens to still be full of guardians from my accident a couple of episodes ago, and that also gives us a decent supply of bones as well. And then finally we've got the mob farm, which was a creeper farm, which is now a multi-purpose mob farm over at Slag's base, and this also brings us bones by the bucket load. Although none of these have been AFK'd out a great deal recently, but that's not going to stop us because we've got plenty of bones to get started with, and then all we need to do is get one of our AFK accounts over here or at one of the other places and get lots. He's done it again. He's done it again. I can build a sugarcane farm today. He's done it again. Oh, well, we're going to do it better than this. We're going to do it better than that. We're going to have loads more sugarcane. I can't believe he's done it again. I cannot believe it. He's done it again. Ruining me videos on Slack. Oh, jeez, right.
Of course you realize this means war.
Without going into it too much, my standard sugarcane farm design is pretty simple, but it's pretty fast and it's pretty easy to build. You've just got a sticky piston with a redstone block, a couple of observers, a dispenser, and a piston, and you can create a whole lot of sugarcane very quickly using this method. Now, adding something as quick as this is probably going to overfill our collection system, so we probably don't want to rely on this type of thing too much, but something similar and a lot of them to fill up one chunk is probably going to be more than we need. So what we're actually going to do is create an active/passive farm, which means it can do both the bone meal and just work as a normal farm. So this is the system we're going to have. We're going to have water streams going around at this point, collecting the items. We're going to have sugarcane planted in front of those, and we're going to have a dispenser behind those that's going to get filled up with bone meal. That will be activated on a clock when we want it to, but if the sugarcane just grows anyway, it's going to get broken, it's going to get pushed into that water stream. Some of it, yeah, probably won't always land in the water stream. Some of it will probably land up under there. So we could end up with a minecart hopper running around there as well, collecting other items. In fact, that might not be a bad idea to do that at all anyway. But yeah, this system will run with or without bone meal. So we'll always be collecting sugarcane. But if we need to get lots of sugarcane quickly, we can fill it full of bone meal and run it really fast. So that's the plan. And we're going to build it around a chunk. So we're going to use this chunk here next to the cactus farm, and we have actually made it 14 by 14. We're not using the outside layers of each chunk, so the whole thing is going to fit within here. So if we've got our hopper lines at the back, so we're going to have a hopper there, the dispenser will be there, which means that the grass will be there and the water stream will be in that gap here. So we're going to go round in a circle round the whole thing and build it all. Yeah, you'll see in a second. It's so easy. Well, I'm only a few blocks in and I'm already changing my mind. The way this was going to work is we were going to have the sugarcane on here, the water behind it, with the dispensers facing towards the middle. So the dispenser would be here and the items would be getting pushed off towards the middle. We'd have a hopper minecart running around underneath this grass. We would probably have a wall up around this side to stop the items from falling into the center. But it would be very difficult to see all that from the outside, and it means we would need a lot of hoppers going around the entire outside of this thing to fill in all of the bone meal. An alternative design would be like this, which is a much simpler system. We've got bone meal system in the middle. We can just fill that chest full of bone meal and it will filter through into all of those dispensers. And then we've got our sugarcane at either side. But the difference this time is we've got dispensers on that side and the pistons on the observers on that side, so that we're not getting the redstone in the way of these hoppers. The only problem with this design is that I've kind of done it backwards. Really, we want the chest end to be this end because it makes more sense having this as the front of the farm because it's more central to our industrial area. But that is the least of our worries. Yeah, this should work absolutely fine. We can grow the sugarcane in there. We can put the water down either under these dispensers here, or we can put them on this side and we would have the hopper minecarts running along those there. And the really good thing about this design is we can have multiple layers of it. So we can layer up and get lots and lots of sugarcane passively, or lots and lots of sugarcane using the bone meal. The design is coming on pretty well. I'm just about to pop in a couple of hopper minecarts, although they've got nowhere to actually unload their items yet. But if we run to this end and hop up this scaffolding here, you'll see what we've got in place. So the bone meal system is placing into those dispensers there. We've got the observers and pistons. We've got the space to put in the sugarcane now. So if we go and drop all of that in there, hopefully when that fully grows, those pistons will extend and break it all, and it will get picked up by the hopper minecart. So that's pretty much layer one done, all bar the collection system. The water is just running down the back of those. It's completely inconsequential. And yeah, they're going to go into those. So now what we've got underneath here is we've actually got a redstone line underneath observers which are facing into those dispensers. So if we were to power those redstone lines, you'll hear the dispensers will click and that would grow the sugarcane, although there's no bone meal in there at the moment. So let's get it loaded up. And with the last few bits of bone meal going into there, I believe we are just about 100% full in all of the dispensers and all of the hoppers. Yeah, that is pretty much completely full, and that's taken almost all of my bone meal, or my bone blocks. This is my bone box that was in my ender chest. We've gone through another full shulker box, which the empty one is in there, and half a shulker box that I had spare as well. So yeah, lots and lots. That's like 2 shulker boxes worth of bone blocks turned into bone meal to fill this thing. But that should allow it to run for quite a long time and produce quite a lot of sugarcane. So let's just get the last few bits in there, and then we can technically run this. All we need is a redstone clock. But what we've got to do is be careful that our redstone clock doesn't produce too much sugarcane that our hopper minecarts and our hopper system underneath that we haven't built yet can't pick it up fast enough. So we need a timer or a clock that we can adjust the speed of to get it just right. And of course that means building a trusty old Etho hopper clock. I've used these quite a lot this series. I've put 10 pieces of bone meal in there for now, and this should turn on and off this system every time that piston activates. We'll see this redstone lamp's turned off and on again quickly. That's actually bone mealing twice, which we don't particularly want it to do. Yeah, we only want to bone meal once. We're wasting bone meal there, and I've fallen in. That's not very helpful. So let's just fix this system slightly. Now if we actually bring the redstone current off the redstone block rather than off this bit here, we're going to get a more regular on and off. It should be off for as long as it's on, which means we'll only get the 1 tick. And you can see that the stuff is pouring out up here as well, but don't worry about that. We're going to be building more above this thing as well. But the fact that it's working is absolutely great. And a lot of that is going to be being picked up by those hopper minecarts. Now all we need is an off system and then to work on the collection system. We'll just pop a lever on that piston for now. That should sort that out. We can put our redstone dust back there. Now, the way we could do this is to just have hoppers underneath those rails and pull the items out through there. Or we could do something a little bit different. So what I've done is added these hopper minecarts on top of some hoppers, which are going to suck the items quickly from the hopper minecarts above, put them into these chests relatively quickly, and filter it all down into there relatively quickly. Now, it's not going to be horrendously fast, but it's going to be hopefully fast enough for us to have a relatively speedy clock on here. And if we can manage to click on that thing and actually see anything in it, we should be able to see how fast the items come out of there. So let's just turn our system on again for a second, and then let's have a look at our hopper minecart. If we can click on it, come on, let me click on it. There we go. And you can see the items go out of there pretty quickly. So now that we've got a fully working active system in place, and active means basically one that we are actively running with the bone meal, we need to make this thing a passive farm. And now it technically is already, but it's not going to create us very much on its own with just a couple of layers. So what I'm planning on doing is just building a few more layers of this, but without the dispensers in it. So just pretty much like we saw at Slack's base earlier, just a lot of pistons, a lot of observers, and a lot of sugarcane that will just actively grow. And if we can get it to push down the same holes here, we can keep the same collection system. So I guess we better get building. Well, there may be a slight problem with this design, and that isn't that the creeper just went off and blew up half of it yet again. Thank you very much, creeper. No, it is in fact that if we make this new section here a passive section, if we put the sugarcane on here, when the pistons break it, chances are it's just going to fall on the grass here and not go down the hole and get collected. And if that happens, there's just going to despawn, which means that this isn't going to be great, particularly great or particularly efficient. Now, ideally it would push it off, but I don't think it will, and I don't know if there's any other way of dealing with that other than potentially pushing the... No, because that would break the sugarcane. I wonder how Slack has dealt with this. Has he got hopper minecarts in every single row? Let's go check it out. Okay, traveling into Slack's area and looking at it, it looks like he's just going to push it all off the edge and down the front onto hoppers and not worry about the bits that are going to get left on the top, which is very interesting. That's very interesting indeed, because in my experience, you get more left on that block than you do pushed over the edge. If we check what Slack's actually collected from this, if we can, there should be some chests somewhere, you would hope, with some items in. Oh, we're sending it all places. Oh, geez, where's it all going? Oh, is it coming over here? Yeah, let's see if he's actually collecting plenty. He is. There is plenty in there, so it is working. So I guess we just have to have a lossy rather than a lossless passive system. That's fine. We can deal with that. Things are coming together pretty well, and I'm getting pretty good at building these things now. Let's do this one over here together because I'm so confident. So first of all, I start off with the layer of glass around the outside, pop up the little stone bricky bits at either side, grab myself some grass like so, and just run. Oh no, that'll fall in. Jeez, no. It's not how it's supposed to work. Jeez, do it right, FoxyNoTail. Jeez, oh no. Oh, mate. Oh, completely messed. Oh, jeez. Cut. Anyway, as I was saying before I completely demolished my farm and broke it all, oh, jeez, I've done it again. Anyway, why can I not jump up there? Anyway, as I was saying, yes, bring the glass along. Anyway, as I was saying, you bring the grass along there, then bring your stone bricks round the back of those observers there. Then you need your buckets. You grab your couple of buckets, pop a... Whoa, let's not leave holes, otherwise we'll have issues with our redstone. Pop a couple there to create an infinite water source. Take that down that end, and then just fill your buckets up again from that infinite water source, ready for your next one. Grab the stone bricks and put that along the water there like that, and then some sea lanterns I'm using down the back, just for light, to keep the light, because the light should shine through the pistons, because they're technically not full blocks. Redstone dust on top of those there like that, and then if we stand on the grass here, grab our pistons, then we can just run along the front there, add in our pistons, Just like that. Hop up there and down the back, and now we're going to face our observers the other way, like this. Very nice and simple. Build a stone brick or any solid block to pass the redstone signal through those observers into that redstone dust below when they fire, like that, without falling off. Come on. I was showing us how well you're doing it. Yes, I'm doing expert level 99, and then all we got to do now is just place mini glass, and I can place it very quickly because I have a turbo clicker. It's ideal. Right, there we go. One whole level done in no time at all, and I didn't cause any problems with the farm at all. No, none. Well, I would say that's probably just about high enough for this farm to go, and that's not just because it is in line with the cactus farm, it's also because I've actually run out of glass and observers in order to finish this thing off. So, I'm going to have to go and collect some stuff and do a bit of crafting, but yeah, I think this many levels, which I haven't actually counted how many they are, is absolutely fine. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4... 5 passive layers on each one, and obviously the active layer as well, which will also work passively. So that's plenty. That's absolutely plenty. And what I do need to do is actually get down to that layer. Oh no. Oh jeez, I forgot. Oh, not again. Yeah, plant the sugarcane. Should have done that before. Oh jeez. And there goes the last couple of observers. That's all of those filled in. And what else are we missing? Just the glass, I think, now. And obviously something to make it all look nice from the outside. But yeah, we're pretty much there. Very nice. Well, I thought I had more glass kicking about somewhere, but I clearly don't. So I'm over at my industrial furnace system, smelting up 9 stacks of sand, which shouldn't take too long at all. It's pretty quick, this thing. I only put it in a second ago. We've almost got 4 stacks already. And with the glass smelted and now all in place, I declare this thing pretty much 100% done, all bar the decoration, which I don't actually know what I'm going to do for that yet, and I don't actually have time to do in today's video. Although this video has probably been a little bit shorter than normal, I am desperately short on time today. So I'm pretty sure that's probably going to just about wrap us up, apart from doing maybe a couple of quick tests. So, first things first, let's make sure this chest is empty, and then let's see how much stuff we get running this thing for 5 minutes with the bone meal system on. Bear in mind, I haven't tuned the hopper clock or the etho hopper clock for the right timings yet, so it's going to be a bit all over the place. The timer is set for 5 minutes. The creeper is making me nervous, and the lever is now switched. There we go. Timer has started. The system is running. Let's see how much stuff we get in 5 minutes. Now, it might actually be that we get too much and we don't actually have enough storage to hold it all, or we might be running too slow. I'm not actually sure, but that looks like a reasonable speed to be braking at, to be honest with you. Let's see how things are going down here. We are collecting. We've got to keep our eyes on the hopper minecarts, make sure they don't fill up too quickly, and also make sure the ones above don't fill up too much, that they're overflowing. So really what we need to do is hop up here, see if we can maybe jump on that chest, and just keep our eyes on the floor. Make sure that we're not getting anything left on the floor. And if we are, then we need to decrease our speed. If we're not after 5 minutes, then we can probably increase the speed of how quick we're breaking this stuff. But yeah, we're going to be getting a lot from this. We're going to be getting a whole lot of sugarcane very, very quickly. Okay, we have a minute to go, and I can see the hopper minecart is actually backing up on that side, which means we are braking too fast for our collection system to unload. The way we could remedy that, we could add more hopper minecarts in down here to collect it faster, or we could just speed the system up. But this looks like it's coping fine. Those hoppers have hardly got anything in. So yeah, this side of it's fine, so we could quite easily just add more in at that end there and keep the speed of this thing going. But yeah, it's not doing too bad. Not doing too bad at all. There's 30 seconds left to go now. Let's check out where we're at. We are, nearly a shulker box worth there now. That's not bad. That's not bad. And I think if we add some more hopper minecarts at the bottom, we can definitely speed this thing up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop the clock. We have, we've done it. You can stop now, machine, please. Thank you very much. I'll give it a second. Why is it still running? Oh, the hopper clock was still finishing. Yeah, I'll give it a second to unload all of its stuff while I prepare some more hopper minecarts. And then we'll give it another test in a second. And yeah, just see if we can match that speed, because that's almost there. It's almost there. Well, as I'm redoing this hopper minecart system, I've actually noticed this system backed up quite a lot of these chests here. So we've actually got a whole lot more from that 5 minutes than I thought. We've actually got nearly a double chest worth full. So what I'm doing with these hopper minecarts now is I'm actually going to break it every other track and put them on, yeah, between them, so they're not banging into each other. And that'll be a little bit more lag friendly as well, and just should be a little bit better. So we're going to have 5 on each side now, and I think this will be fine. I think this will be absolutely fine. Let's do the same thing for this side. And there we go, that's 5 that side. Now what I need to do is actually speed up the items coming out of these 2 chests and actually going into this one here. And there's a couple of ways I can do that. I can add more hoppers coming out from those into there like that, but that's just going to cause it to back up in those ones. The other thing I can do is actually come from the outside and round, and that'll pull from those as well. So if I grab a couple more hoppers, like so, and if I break those ones there and bring those under there like that, so we're going round the side underneath all of those, we're going to be pulling from all sorts of different directions, and we should get in there, as you can see, a lot faster. The items will go into that chest, so we shouldn't get too much of a backup. Now what I need to do is empty out those chests and then do the test again. Jeez, got a lot of sugarcane already. Just in case you're interested, from that first 5-minute test, we actually got that full double chest there, plus what I've got in my inventory here. This bit's not. That was from when I was testing it earlier, just to make sure it all worked. So yeah, we got more than 2 shulker boxes within 5 minutes. And I don't think this is anywhere near as fast as we could potentially make this. But realistically, do we need it to be any faster than that? A shulker box within 5 minutes? Yeah, I think that's probably plenty quick enough. So I'm going to set my timer again. I'm going to click go at the same time as flicking that lever, and let's just keep our eye on it this time, see how we get on. Hopefully things will go through a lot faster than this time. And how are we doing for bone meal? We've used nearly a double chest with the bone meal already. For each piece of bone meal we should get 2 pieces of sugarcane, so that's how the maths work. I did waste quite a lot when I had the first clock on because I was bone mealing at the wrong time. But yeah, for each time the sugarcane gets bone meal, it grows 2 pieces, and the 2 pieces break. So we use 1 piece of bone meal and we get 2 pieces of sugarcane. So yeah, we should get double our money for that. Now let's keep our eye on these hopper minecarts as they come through. They shouldn't be backing up now. If I can click on it as it goes past, yeah, there we go. There's absolutely nothing in that one at all. They're emptying out as they're going. That's good news. That means we can actually speed this thing up slightly. So maybe then what I'll do is I'll just take 1 piece out of there. 1 piece of bone meal. That's 9 pieces in there now. That's 9 items in there. That should make it fire a little bit faster. And we can see they're coming through nice and quick. There's nothing in those chests. There's a little bit in that one there. So they're backing up a little bit in those back chests. We can deal with that. That's not a problem. I mean, we could speed this up even further and go like this. This would just be crazy. There's absolutely no need to do this whatsoever, but we could. There's too many hoppers, mate. Let's check the hopper minecart. Is it backing up now that we took a piece out? And the answer is no. It is keeping up. So we could potentially take another piece out of there as well. Let's do that. Let's take 1 more piece of bone meal out. We're now running on 8 pieces of bone meal in our hopper clock. It very much looks to me like it is emptying out each time. It's not backing up that side at all. Let's take out another piece. And it's still coping. At that speed, it's still coping. So adding those extra hopper minecarts at the bottom have really helped. And now look how quick we're actually firing. We're going at more than double the speed of what we did before, and we're coping with the collection system. So this is good. So now in 5 minutes, we should get at least 2 double chests worth. However, we'll probably run out of bone meal before that because we are firing through bone meal like there is no tomorrow. There are 10 seconds left of our timer. We are just about up in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time is up. Let's see what we got. Well, There's not even a single chest within there at the moment, but it is still coming through thick and fast, which makes me think we've probably got some backups, which it looks like we have. Yeah, we've got a few backups. Not too many. What about these things? Are these backed up at all? They're not, but what about the hoppers running along here? These probably got a reasonable amount in as well. That's not actually too bad. Ah, there we go, look, yeah. Yeah, so they've backed up quite significantly as well. Okay, right. It's going to wait a while to get all of this out then, jeez. And giving this thing a little bit of help to empty it out, we have now got nearly 3 shulker boxes worth, or 3 chests worth, which is quite a lot considering we were fiddling with it, but this system obviously isn't fast enough to cope with it on its own, so we'd either need to rejig that to make it faster or just slow it back down again, which is what I'm actually going to do, because we just don't need it to be so quick. We don't need it that fast. I'm never going to need sugarcane that much that quickly. So I'm really happy with this. I'm going to need a lot more bone meal. So we're going to need to start doing some AFK work over at the bone meal farms. But overall, I am over the moon with that. It was really easy to build. It didn't take too long at all. And all I need to do now is just decorate it and make it look half decent. So yeah, on that note, I would like to say, as usual, thank you all very much for watching this video. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please do leave a like. And if you haven't already, please do consider subscribing. And hopefully, I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!